Hey you guys, so I wanted to make a video about something that I haven't really talked about really. I'm sorry if this video is like all over the place. I'm not going to edit it or anything because I can't. My editing system is just not working. So I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in an abusive relationship before, and they told me how girls who stay in abusive relationships are just lazy and that they like to be abused. Now, I from firsthand witnessed my dad abusing my mother my whole childhood. Um, there were knives involved, hair pulling to the point of wads of hair would just come out in his hands. I witnessed my mom having a broken nose, broken teeth, bruises upon bruises, and there has also been a few broken bones involved, and that was all coming from my father. I knew it wasn't right as a little girl. I tried my hardest to defend my mother towards him. It was impossible. He's a big guy, really strong. He's like 6'7", and I'm just this little girl throwing fists at my father's back trying to get him to stop, and I couldn't. I told myself I will never be with someone who lays a hand on me. I always questioned why my mom stayed with him. Like, what was the point? And she'd always say, because I love him. And I would be like, why do you love someone that, abuses you? So, my first true committed relationship, I've had a lot of like random relationships, like don't even consider them though, but like my first like live-in relationship was with a girl named Cassidy. I feel very strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer. So I'm able to say her name because she's a once was person. Like, Cassidy is no longer here anymore, obviously. I'm not gonna say his new name because we're talking about her. Transgender talk is too confusing, so we're just gonna leave it as that. So her name was Cassidy, and it was first long distance, and I was living in Oklahoma for a bit of that time when it was long distance. By the way, she lived in Arizona, but when I first started talking to her, I was in California, but then I moved to Oklahoma, and I was going to Arizona for just a month to visit her. Like, we were in love, thoroughly in love. We were together for, I want to say, about a year and a half before I went there and like stayed with her for a month. So I was there for like 2 weeks, and I called my mom and I was like, oh my God, I miss you so much, because I was living with her and my grandma at the time. And on the phone, she told me, your grandma said you can't come back to Oklahoma. You can't come live with us. And I was like, what? Like, where do I go? I was really scared. I had literally nowhere to live. And Cassidy's mom was pissed because I think she knew right then and there she's going to have to take on, like, me. Because I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a job because I was in Arizona just for a month. So I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. I had no car. I had nothing. And I just got done being in a foster care. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, because being in foster care, like, you're very, like, taken care of in a sense, Like, they always make sure you have a roof over your head and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm 18. I don't know what I'm going to do. And this whole thing. But Cassie's mom let me live there, and it was a very small apartment. I'm talking, like, I think it was like 450 square feet. There were, like, no doors. Cassidy and I ended up having to use the living room as our bedroom. It wasn't good, but I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna live with my girlfriend. Like, we're so in love. It's like so amazing. And I felt blissful in a way, if that's the right word to use. Like, it just felt really good. We got along really well. And then after about, I want to say 6 months or so, things started, you know, kind of changing and shifting. I don't really know if I want to like go into like grave detail. We still loved each other a lot. After 6 months, we'd been together for over 2 years, and we were living together and this and that. And I noticed we started arguing a little bit more, just over stupid stuff. Like, I could tell you that right now. And I still remember the first time she ever got physical. We had a laundry room in the apartment complex we were living in, and we were walking to the laundry room, and I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but I let Destiny do it because I trust her. But I had this weird thing with like people touching my laundry, whatever. So she was helping me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about, but I know it must have been something really stupid, probably about the laundry, blah blah blah. And she was carrying her clothes, I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was like carrying mine. And then I want to say this happened, it's been like 6-7 years, so memories are kind of like fading here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk, and I remember her dropping what was in her hands, and she took me by the throat and she started yelling at me. I was like, what? And I think at the time, what shocked me the most was the fact that she was doing it in such a public place. Like, there was nobody around that I remember. And like, I was like crying. Like, she literally was having me by the throat, just like screaming at me. And then, you know, she let go, obviously. And I think I was so shocked and so numb to the situation that I kind of just let it be. Honestly, that is the truth. I didn't ever think twice about it. Like, oh my God, is she going to start like abusing me? Nothing like that. Which is weird because of the childhood that I came from, right? But we just went on. And she never really did that again. She would randomly like pinch me if I made her really mad. And I didn't even think anything of that then either. Honestly, I didn't at all. And I want to say, we've been together for about 3 years now at this point. And I feel myself slowly, I stopped being like sexually attracted to her. I loved her though. I know that. I don't know if it was like a best friend thing, but I stopped just feeling that like connection, I guess. So when it came to intimacy, I want to say about a little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault. This is when things got really bad. I don't even know how to share this, but I'm gonna have to. Destiny knows all about this, by the way. Like, it's something like I really needed to let her know about me. Okay, so Cassidy was very sexually strived. Like, is that even a thing? I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was sexually attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have sex. And I stopped feeling that for her. Like, I didn't tell her that. I would just like make up things like, oh, I don't feel good, or oh, I'm on my period, like, even though I wasn't. And just little things like that. And it made her fucking pissed. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for like a month or whether you've been with them for like 6 years, if you say no to a sexual act, your partner should accept that. That is where I firmly stand. But she didn't. And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs, like, oh, come on, baby, whatever. But then as time gradually went on, it became, you're gonna fucking touch me whether you like it or not. And I was like, you can't force me. And little did I know she can. That's when she started punching me a lot. She would aim for my belly. I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face. Her favorite spot was my stomach. She would punch me really hard in my stomach. She'd punch me like around right here a lot. She would punch me on my arms. And she would continuously do it until I agreed to make love to her or have sex, whatever you want to consider it. So not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like raped. That is what I consider it, because I continuously would say no to her. It was such like a bad, just like a bad mixture of everything. And this would go on. This would happen probably weekly. Here are the tears. I was trying to be strong for this video. A lot of people would ask, why didn't I hit her back? Why didn't I leave her in that, in that stance? I loved her. At the time, I was confused. I didn't love her like as a girlfriend. I just loved her as a person. She was that first true relationship I was in, and we had such amazing times that I just felt like maybe one day she'll stop being like this. Maybe one day she'll stop forcing me to have sex with her. One day she'll stop hitting me. And as many times as I felt like, okay, maybe things will change, it just kept getting worse and worse after that moment. Like, not only was she hitting me because I wouldn't have sex with her, she was hitting me if I wouldn't do the dishes on time. She would push me up against counters. And one thing she never did was she never, like, called me names. Never. And I was, like, living in that, like, moment of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me type of thing. Where it's like, okay, hitting people, blah, 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 but if, like, she started emotionally hurting me, then I should leave. I was just in a very unhealthy situation. And as time went on, I really wanted to leave. That was when I met Crystal online. It just kind of fatefully happened. Like, I was not looking for a relationship. I was in a relationship. Me and Crystal became really good friends. And then I started realizing, like, Crystal is what I need in my life, not Cassidy. Cassidy is abusive. And not only is she abusive physically, but she's abusive, like, sexually. And that is not okay. And I remember one time particular when we weren't arguing about anything like sexual or whatever. I don't remember what the argument was. I know her mom was home. Her mom was in her room, a very small apartment, so we were like arguing in whispers, like, so she couldn't hear. But I'm pretty sure she got the gist of it, because Cassidy started hitting me really hard. It was probably one of the worst ever, and I was kind of just like, blocking myself, or at least trying to. And Cassidy's mom came in, and all she said is, "Cassidy, what are you doing?" And then walked away. The whole time I lived there, I really hoped there was a moment where Cassidy's mom would see. I thought maybe she'd be my hero and, like, somehow change the way Cassidy treated me. I thought maybe, her and I would become closer because she saw I was in an abusive relationship, because me and Cassidy's mom were never close. And, she didn't do anything about it. And, oh yeah, to answer the question of, like, why didn't I ever hit her back? Because my brother used to hit me a lot when I was a teenager, when I was like 16. My brother is a year younger than me, but he's strong. Like, he might be my little brother, but he's my big brother, And he would hit me a lot. And I know it's because he has anger issues. He saw how my dad was with my mom and this and that. And that's just what he did. And he would emotionally fuck me up in the head. And he did a lot. Like, I felt like my own brother hated me for a while there, but that's a whole other subject. But when he first started hitting me, I would hit him back for, like, self-defense. And it just made him more angry and more mad. And the punches got worse, the bruises got darker, and I didn't want that with Cassidy. I was scared. I was way too scared to hit back, so I never did. I think what drew the line with me and Cassidy was, her and her mom. This was like one of the worst nights in the world. Like, I can't even. Okay, Cassidy was mad about something. She pushed me up against the counter. She got a knife and was throwing it in my face and saying she was gonna stab me. I was like, yeah, right. Like, and then she started really hitting me, like, in my chest and kind of like in my boobs. And Cassidy's mom came out and blamed it all on me. And then Cassidy's mom threw this like big clear ashtray right to my head. It hurt so bad. And in that moment, I was like, why am I here? What am I doing? For a little bit there, I kind of felt like I was trapped in a cage. I loved this girl, but I didn't love her right. Everything about it was unhealthy. It is so hard to describe. The only people who can feel this way and understand what I'm saying is people who have been in an abusive relationship. It is, as much as like your boyfriend or your girlfriend will hit you, you still love them, and it's so unhealthy. And I just want to tell you guys from firsthand that if anyone emotionally hurts you, sexually hurts you, or physically hurts you, don't stand for it. Don't, because it ruins you. And through everything, like, you find it so hard to trust people, and it's so hard to open up, and you have this like guard up that could really just mess up your world. And it's not good. It's not. And I know how hard it is. Like, if you're in an abusive relationship, I know how hard it is, because you trust in your heart and in your soul that they'll change, and you start to kind of accept the love you think you deserve. And I promise you so much that you deserve so much more than what you're getting. Nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to be hit by their boyfriend or girlfriend or their wife or husband. Nobody. And I feel like a lot of the time, since I am a lesbian, like, abusive relationships in like the lesbian community aren't as like, what's the word for it? Aren't as like, oh no, compared to like if you're in a heterosexual relationship, but it's just the same. Like, or if it's two guys, like, you should not be hurt. Like, God, I'm just so grateful that I left that unhealthy environment. And I just want to say, Crystal never physically hurt me. Destiny never physically hurts me. And I feel like that is the most precious gift. That's sad to say, but I've been through such freaking hell, you know, in my whole life, that, you know, being with someone who actually doesn't want to hurt me, that feels fucking awesome. Because I feel like every kind of relationship I've been in my life, whether it be like with my brother or like a friend, I feel like whatever it may be, they've hurt me in some type of way, and it's almost like they got off on it and enjoyed it. But I'm stronger than that, and I know what is right and what is wrong, and I will learn a lot. I have learned a lot being with Cassidy. And if you guys are wondering, yes, she is now a he, and it's been a long time, 6 years since I was with her, and we talk on Facebook here and there, and things are very different, and she regrets everything she did. But I'm kind of at that point where I might cry about it now, but I've healed. I have, but it's definitely like memories that make me sad, but I've healed from it, and I'm stronger because of it, and I've learned because of it, and I know that the bad in my life made me wiser, and I'm able to key into people more. I'm rambling, but just know that if you're in an abusive relationship, you're not alone. I've been there, and you deserve so much more for yourself. And I just figured I'd share this story with you guys because that is a big part of my life that I went through. Me and Cassidy were together for 4 years before I was like, closing the door, I'm done. So, and that also goes for like if you are forced in a relationship to have sex, that is not okay. Not okay, and I will consider it rape because it does not matter at all that if we were in a relationship or that we're lesbian, she forced me. And a lot of people can question, how is that possible? It's very possible. And it made me feel so like degrading and gross and grummy, and I'm done. But I just figured I'd share this with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like very crazy, and it's not normally something I upload onto YouTube, but I want to try, sharing more about my past with you guys to make you understand a little bit more of why I am who I am today. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Okay. No intro. No nothing like that. No funny business. Today, I was told by my fiance while she was at lunch for work that someone messaged her on Facebook, and it was a link to a video. Well, of course, she had me call her because it was a very private matter. And it was a video of my ex Amber. And I asked her, what about it? Because, me and Amber broke up 6 years ago, and I don't care to have contact with her. Yes, she's messaged me and tried to add me on Facebook. I won't add her. I've added her once before. We tried to be friends, but it didn't work out when she started trying to add my mom and my best friend, and I asked her why, and we got an argument. I'm just like, you know what? I can't do this. This is, I can't even be your friend at all. I can't. You're trying to add all these people on my Facebook that you argued with and tried to keep me away from when we were together. So, but she's tried to add me. I won't add her. She's messaged me. I won't really respond. It's very short. So I was curious why about this video, and I was like, what is it? Because I don't really care what she does in her life. Her life is hers. My life is mine. We've moved on. It's been 6 years. But my fiance told me that she's calling me an abuser and a rapist. That got my blood boiling. Because that's not true. 100% not true. It hurt a lot. And I asked her, when did she post this video? It was back in May. Well, I didn't know. See, she told me she had a YouTube video. I didn't care to know. Whatever, it was her life. I didn't want to get involved in her life. Our life is not on the same track anymore. But for this video to be posted, it pissed me off to no end. So when my fiance got home, we watched it. I had to pause a few times to calm down. Everything in that video was such bull that I can't even describe the bullshit that was in that video. Can't even. Now, the time we were dating, when we started dating, I should say, I was 15 years old. 15 when we met. She's 2 years older than me. We were together from the time I was 15 to the time I was 18 years old. That is a pretty long time for a teenager. Yeah, there's high school sweethearts, but that's a pretty long time. Now, when I first met her in person, it was in California. Because me and my mom went to California to visit my Nana, and she lived in California, so she came and visited for a little bit. Which was cool. We had a good time, it was a good time. I was 15. So, we had a good time. Oh, no, I was 16, sorry, because my birthday passed. Sorry. But I met her online at 15. I met her in person at 16. There you go. Well, we only stayed a week in California. We had to go back. And, well, it wasn't bad. Our relationship wasn't bad. We talked a little bit. It was pretty good. It was fine in the beginning. After meeting her, it was in July. After meeting her for the first time in July in California, she was going to come down for a month because I was going to take her to an anime convention. Stay a month, whatever. She was supposed to go back. Now, I never heard the conversation on the phone. But but this is one of the truths. One, her grandmother said she couldn't come back. I was 16 at the time. My mom was mad. We didn't have a lot of money. When she's talking about her small apartment, we didn't have a lot of money. We were poor. It didn't have a bedroom door. It was like a studio with like a wall, like breaking off the living room and bedroom. But we didn't have money. I didn't grow up with money. So that's all we could afford. So she had a 16-year-old to raise. Plus, she was just getting into my mom was just getting into a new relationship. And then all of a sudden, there's someone else that's there that she needs to make sure to feed. Yeah, it made her mad. But I fought for Amber to be there because she didn't have nowhere to go. Now, it was because of me that she stayed. My mom didn't want to. But what was wrong is her mom didn't really stand up to her own mother. But, it was whatever. I fought for her to stay. I didn't want her to be homeless. It was, I felt that was the right thing to do. I don't want to say I regretted it, but the things that happened afterwards, I kind of regretted our whole entire relationship. And I hate to say it, but I do regret our whole entire relationship. I do. So, it was probably 3 months, 3-4 months after we started living together. We were up one night. I was watching something on TV, a music video, I believe. And I don't remember why we argued. I don't remember the argument. But she grabbed my arm with her nails. First time. Any physical that was negative. And I remember that clearly. It shocked me. It shocked me really, really bad. And it was just, I didn't know what to make of it, really. I'm 16 years old. I didn't know I knew what physical abuse was, but not really. So, I was a kid. I was a child. So I just assumed, okay, I made her mad. When I would get my mom mad, she'd spank me, or she'd get my ear, or the things a mom would do, a dad would do, behave, But, so that shocked me, but nothing really happened a little while after that. So I was just, whatever. Now, the thing what she said with the laundry, that's a big false. Big false. Want to know how I know that? Because me and my mom would do her laundry. Me and my mom would go do laundry. She wasn't getting up to do laundry. She maybe did it a couple of times, a handful of times, probably counting on my one hand. She didn't do it all the time, at all. And me dropping the bag and choking her, I never, ever did that. Ever. What's the reason for me to do that? I didn't do it. And I don't know where this story came from. I didn't do it at all. Now, the places she said about being hit, those were on me. Those were the exact places she hit me. I was the one being abused. And I will say this, I may have laid a hand on her a few times. That was in self-defense. I didn't do it, and I damn well did not rape her. I did not rape her. Period. One time, when my mom and Dave were out, I don't know why we argued, but I was put on the bed. She wailed on me. Beat me real bad. I remember this clear as day. Our bed was in the living room. Next to the bed was a dresser. In front of the dresser was a table. Between the table and the bed was her over me, wailing on me. Did I fight back? Nope, not that time. Why? Because she kept calling me an abuser. So I just took it. I took it. Then she took off outside to the bus stop. And I just laid there. Like, what just freaking happened? What just happened? I didn't even know. At that point, I was 17 years old. I didn't know what happened. I don't know what the argument was. I just know I got beat. I've gotten hit before. I went to school with bruises up and down my arms. Bruises. My friends asked me, what's wrong? What happened to you? Eventually, they figured it out. So every time I would come to school, upset, in tears, bruised down my arms, hands, cuts, scars. Amber again? Shrug. Didn't say anything. They figured it out. My mom figured it out later on, but I'd have to hide it from her. Why? Because I didn't want her mad. I didn't want her upset. I didn't want her to worry about me. She had so much other things to worry about. So I didn't say anything. Maybe I should have. One time, when I was getting ready for school, Amber went through my phone. Want to know how I know that? Went to school. My friend CJ sees me, punches me in the arm. What the fuck did you give Amber my number for? What? I didn't give Amber your number. You don't like her. She don't like you. Why should she have your number? Shows me. Bitched my friend out. And I texted Amber. The fuck is wrong with you? What the hell? Why are you messaging CJ? How'd you get her number? I went through your phone while you were getting ready for school. Okay. That's messed up. That's slow. I'd never do that to you. Yeah. That happened. Oh, another thing? She says that she tries to make herself look good. Honestly, when we were first dating, I got a message from her. Upset. She made out with a girl while we were dating, while she was still in California. 3 times. Did I get mad? I got upset, but I was 15. So what am I going to do? Forgive, forget, you're my girlfriend. I was a child. Yeah, I was dumb. I admit that fully. Being with her, as long as I was so dumb. So dumb. Another thing. She says that she made friends with Crystal. She wasn't looking for anything. Let me clear up some things for you between that time frame. Before Crystal, there was another girl. Another girl. Well, she was with me. Her name was Paige or something. I know it was a 4-letter name. That Paige girl, I'm just going to call her Paige because that's the name I remember. That Paige girl sent her money. Sent her a Walmart gift card. She sent her things. Yeah, while she was with me. And why did she send her things? Because she made me out to be a monster. Made me look like a monster. So she thought she had to play superhero and save Amber when she didn't even know what the hell was going on. At all. Well, not one bit. And then I forgot why her and Paige broke up. Not really broke up. But stopped talking. I think Paige got tired. Honestly. And then she met Crystal. Now, she was talking to Crystal about 6 or 7 months before we broke up. No, actually, probably longer than that. Probably almost a year. talking to her almost a year before me and her broke up. Me and Amber broke up in 2011. So while Crystal was talking, Crystal bought her so many things when we were together. So many things. I mean, the one that stands out, because it's the most messed up one, most messed up memory, was the freaking iPod Touch. The second generation one. God, I can't believe how far they come. But anyway, that's a different story. She was on the phone with her. And, like, there was an argument starting. And I'm just like, what? Like, what the hell's wrong? So she goes outside talking to her. Comes in. Oh, I made her cry. What happened? What made her cry? What the hell? And she was telling me how Crystal was going to buy her an iPod Touch. And the argument was over how much gigabytes it had. Seriously, she was going to buy her a pretty low gigabyte one at 4.8. The standard gigabyte. And she got mad because Crystal asked, do you want this certain gigabyte or the 32 one? You know, the highest one. And she told Crystal, asking me that is like asking if you want a pink purse. She was so rude about that. It wasn't just, she went off after saying the pink purse thing. She went off on this poor girl and made her cry because Crystal asked a simple question. Do you want this X amount of gigs or the highest one? And Amber was so disrespectful about it. Crystal cried. She bought her it was over $200. Over $200 this girl is spending on Amber. That's not even with her yet. And she's like that. Seriously. It's like, whoa, you should just be grateful for what you're getting. Why are you being like this? She was ungrateful. That's how I see it. It was very ungrateful. Making someone cry over a damn space on a freaking iPod Touch. And the thing about my mom throwing a glass ashtray at her head? No. She was very disrespectful to my mom. She threw a glass cup at my mom. It shattered on the wall. There was still a hole mark when they moved out because of that. Because of that. She was very disrespectful to my mom. My mom never did any of that. Ever. She never laid a hand on Amber. She would get mad and yell because of how disrespectful she was being, but she never laid a hand on Amber. Ever. Never did she lay a hand on her. My mom had a boyfriend. My mom's boyfriend and Amber didn't get along. There was a lot of fights. I defended Amber. I defended her fully, without a second thought. Does she say that? No. Does she say how I defended her against everything else that was put her way? How I lost friends over defending her ways? No. Why? Because she wants to play victim. Victim. That's all I see is someone playing victim. Her little brother, yeah, he may have been a little aggressive towards her. He may have done all that, but he did love her. He did love her. I've seen text messages between them when we were together. He missed her. He loved her. He was sorry. I know that doesn't excuse anything. But she says she wants to forgive and forget. The first person she would need to forgive and forget is her brother at that time. I know she was in foster care. I know all this stuff. I do. She would talk. She met a lot of people online, I hate to say. it. She came to me after freaking 3 years of not talking. 4 years of not talking. I get a random message from her one day after her and Crystal broke up. And I'm like, why are you messaging me? Why are you messaging me? Because you were an important part of my life. And I said, at one point, not anymore. I don't know why I was... My phone's going off, sorry. I don't know why she felt the need to message me that her and Crystal broke up. Seriously, I don't know. So, I got a few messages after that, and I tried to help her with Destiny, the whatever thing, but I wasn't told why they broke up. I didn't care to know. I just said, hey, just be honest with Destiny, whatever. Whatever, be honest with her about how you feel, your worries or whatever, worried about her breaking up with you, whatever it was. I still have the messages. But see, this video that she posted, it hurts deep, because I would never do that, ever. I grew up around abuse, not as bad as she did, obviously, but my mom's ex-boyfriend would do, abuse, not the highest degree, but it was still abuse. I never wanted to be like that, ever. Like, that's wrong. Rape is wrong. I'd never do that to somebody, ever. Ever. I'm posting this video probably like an hour or two after I saw the video. I couldn't post it then because, no. This video would have been bleeped out. I was just mad. Now I'm still mad. I shouldn't lie. I'm still mad. I'm furious. But I'm not posting this video to make her look bad. I'm posting it to tell you this was not me. This was not what happened. Yes, we did love each other at one point, but she went as far when I would hang out with my best friend Alex. She's been my best friend since high school. God, it seems like we're related, so we call each other cousins. But when I would hang out with her, she would be okay at first. And all of a sudden, I'd get text messages an hour later bitching me out for hanging out with her. She went as far as to accuse me of sleeping with my best friend. Accused me of sleeping with my best friend. I'd never do that. Ever. No, I cannot sleep with my best friend. That's weird and awkward and no. But I couldn't understand this. I couldn't understand why this girl that I cared about at one point was doing this. I couldn't. Now, I did try to come out to her as transgender before, and she just did not have it. She was mad about it. I remember that. Because when I tried to tell my other ex, that didn't go over so well neither, but I didn't know how to word it. So when I went to go tell my fiance, I was scared to death. Why? Because of the way Amber acted when I tried to tell her. I was in a freaking... I'm trying to calm down. When me and Amber broke up, I was distraught. Because that was the first serious relationship I ever had. I was 18 at the point when we broke up. I was so messed up from the abuse, the mental abuse, the verbal abuse, that I had to see psychiatrists. I had to go and see psychiatrists because I was having anxiety attacks every day. I couldn't even be in my classroom. I would ditch and I would go read in the freaking bathrooms because I couldn't stand to be around people. I just wanted quiet. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to seclude myself from everybody. I had such mental issues from being with her that I ended up for a weekend from Friday to Monday in a mental hospital. In a mental hospital. One place I never even thought I'd ever go. That freaked me out more. That made it worse. It didn't even help me. It was scary and it was horrible because I was 18, so they had to put me with adults, and boy, do you never want to go there. Ever. But that was it. I was so messed up from her. I'm still messed up from this. You call my name across the room, I flinch. You raise your hand like if you're reaching something near me, but I think you're going to hit me, I flinch. And of anger because my fiance is frustrated with something. I flinch, and I just drooled, and I'm sorry. But I flinch because I think she's going to hit me. And she's not. But I'm so messed up from this that every little action that looks like I could get hit or looks like that I would get in trouble, I flinch. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm so screwed from it. And it hurts and it sucks. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but geez. I don't know what to, it hurts to have her make me out to be some monster when I haven't had anything to do with her really for 6 years. 6 years we've broken up. I didn't talk to her for the first 3. First 3 I didn't talk to her. And then it went, God, it probably been the most we've talked. I could add it up in freaking minutes, and it's probably a good 30-minute conversation in all of 6 years. And she posts this. It was 6 years ago. I've been over it. I've moved on. I have a different life. I have a better life from that. I know you're not supposed to say you regret anything, but I do regret that relationship full-heartedly, immensely, because of everything that happened in it. Yes, we cared about each other at one point, but I don't even care to even be her friend at all. I don't care to be her friend. I don't care to talk to her. I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone, and I want her to quit trying to destroy my life. Quit trying to make herself look like a victim. I know she was in foster care. I understand that. But she acts like the world owes her stuff. And I hate to say it, I hate to sound mean. I'm not trying to bash any of you guys who are in foster care or had a bad life. But the world doesn't care what you went through. You are literally I'm literally a little bacterial speck on this earth. If I drop dead right now, only the people my family and my friends would care, would mourn. Would the whole world? No, they don't even know I exist. I'm a second thought to the people that I pass in the store. Oh, someone's in my way, I gotta go this way. The world doesn't care about your past. The world doesn't care what you're doing with your life. It doesn't. You just do what you need to do to get by in this world. But lying, making yourself look like a victim, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. You be truthful. You rise above what you were put through. And you don't bash anyone 6 years later. You don't continuously make yourself look like a victim. You take what made you you. You take the pain, the hurt, everything, and you stomp it in the ground. And you stand on it. You rise above it. You stand on top of it saying, this is me now. That's not me anymore. I'm going to do what's right for my life. And I'm not going to dwell on the past anymore. That's what I did. After me and her broke up, it took a little while. I was heartbroken. But I took all that pain and abuse and all that, and I stomped it in the ground. And I rose above it. I let it go. And when I let it go, my life became better. I'm not so scared anymore. I'm not messed up in the head anymore. I won't let anyone do this to me anymore. I have a beautiful fiance that I love. I have a little stepson that I love to death. We're on our own. We're making it. We're surviving. I'm planning to do stuff with animation. I'm doing YouTube. Because I let all the negativity go. That's what you need to do. Don't get views on lies. Get views on truth. And that was not a truth. And that was ugly. Very ugly. And and I hate to say this, but I never wanted a video like this on my channel. But looks like I had to. My hand was forced. Now, I'm going to wrap this up. If I missed anything at all, reply in comments, I'll reply to you. Because I mean, I can't even remember what I said, and this video has been going on for almost 30 minutes. So if I miss anything from that video, comment. I'll respond to what is the truth, not a lie. Damn. Now, I don't edit my videos, obviously. Obviously, I don't have any editing material. But that's all I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna say about this. All right. Now, if you guys like my videos, if you guys want to see my other videos, and you like them, hit the like button and hit subscribe with maximum effort. Freaking Deadpool. But I hope you guys have a beautiful night. And if it's day where you're at, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And never, ever, ever let someone slander your name. Never. If you know something's a lie, you rise up and you tell them the truth. The truth of what happened. Abuse is wrong. Rape is wrong. Don't let anyone do that to you. Even if you think you love them. Even if you think they love you. Don't. I regretted staying through the abuse. If I could go back in time and slap my 15-year-old self, I would. I would. So, have a good night, guys. Have a good day if it's day where you are. Be good to yourselves.